Hey, we got another episode for Dave's Drum Channel, and as you can see, we're getting some more gear and able to make this sound a lot better, hopefully, on the YouTube page. So, as promised, I think I promised you. Anyway, so I got a new gig coming up, playing for the Linda Ronstadt tribute band here in the San Antonio area called Linda. And just kind of wanted to show y'all and let everybody know my setup that I'm playing for this show. So this is a little video for all y'all that are curious on what kind of gear I'll be playing on this show. So we're going to start off with my snare. I'll have another video probably pointing in the corner to give you a little close-up of it, but it is a Ludwig Epic called the Brick Snare. It is a 20-ply Birch snare. It's a monster, but it has great tonality to it. I can make it super bright or nice and fat for the 70s and part of the 80s music that I'm doing with the Linda tribute band. So that's the main reason I chose, or this is my main snare. So I'll also be using as a backup a Tama Bubinga snare too, and possibly certain shows I may have a steel snare to my left for more pop and crack. So that goes for the snare. The drum kit itself, I'm bringing the Tama Birch Bubinga performance kit back on stage, and I'll be using 12-inch, 14, and 16. If you want some more details, comment below, and I'll give you more details on the kit. So it's a 5.5-year-old kit now. Still sounds great. I love this kit. Sometimes I just feel like it's too pretty, though, to take on the road. So now the main thing about the Birch Bubinga kit too is the focus on the attack, and then it has a lot what do you want to say, enhanced bass to the shells. So we can get more detail on that maybe, or you'll hear it on a couple of my videos that I just recently posted and some future posts that I'll be doing very soon. For my cymbal array, I'm using a mixture of Paiste and Zildjian. So I have a 15-inch Big Beat hi-hats, and I'm using an 18-inch Big Beat and a 20-inch Big Beat. And you'll notice that I'm not calling them crashes or whatever, because the Big Beat series doesn't have, they don't call them crashes or rides, so you can use them however you need to. So they can, the way they're designed, I guess, is you can play them for any. So again, it's 18 and a 20-inch for what I'm using on the Paiste Big Beats. For my Zildjian, I'm going to my favorite ride that I've had since the early 90s, and it's the Custom A. I think it's when the Custom A's first came out, or they weren't out very long, and I picked up this 22-inch Custom A ride, and back in the day when my income was a lot lower, it set me back quite a bit. My wife called it the golden cymbal, but it's paid for itself in many ways. I'm also using a set of 14-inch Zildjian hi-hats, and it's the Quick Beats that I've had since 1976. So these have been with me longer than any other cymbals that I own. So that goes to show the quality of it. So for a far-end crash, I'm using another Custom A, and it's an 18-inch Custom A. And then I have a 6-inch Custom A Splash, and then I have an 8-inch just Zildjian A Splash. And then my favorite attack is my old LP Randcan, which you can't find anymore. I've had that since '86 when I toured with Ronald Reeves. I bought that in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I'm not even sure if the music shop is still there. Probably need to look it up. Got me a couple of tambourines. I got an LP attached to my hi-hat to help on that end. And then I got a set on my right. And then I'm using an old, I think it's an LP. I've had this cowbell for so long, but it's the big, deeper cowbell to cut. And then the newest toy that I have is my Roland SPD-S sample pad. And for this show that I'll be doing, there's some sounds that Linda used, or Linda's drummer used, in some of their songs, especially in the 70s and some even the 80s. But the 70s, they used those old Syn drums, if you remember what those were, like some of the very first electronic drums that came out. So I've sampled those Syn drums, and I can duplicate that sound, so when we're playing songs that incorporate that. Also have some reverse snares, some octobons that I probably won't be using with the Linda stuff, but also have some timpanis and some other samples that I've brought in to help out with certain effects and all that for the show. Of course, I have my iPad that's to my left. It's going to have my set list on there, and it's also going to have my my metronome app that I use to help me at least at the beginning of each song, give me an idea of where the click should be. And then I have a Beheringer USB, the 1204, USB mixer, and that's what I mostly use for this room here and for these videos here now. Now the important thing to get my sound out to the audience is my mic setup. So about 2 years ago, I was lucky enough to find a really nice set of Shure Beta 98s and the A98D mounts that come with them. They're very small little mics, and the clamp there, and they have a gooseneck, so you can adjust it. And if we do I'll probably have a video on here also, sort of mapping the drum set. You'll notice them on the toms, pointing down and directing at the mic. These are really nice, great condenser mics. They sound fantastic, and they're small, and they're out of the way. So they're not, I guess you could say they're visually appealing because they're not bulky and they don't take up a lot of space on the kit. They kind of blend in with it. I'm using an Audix D6 for my kick mic. It's my favorite kick mic, at least in my budget range. And then I'm still using my old SM57s that I've had since the mid-70s that I bought, and I'm using that as my snare mic. For overheads and for hi-hats, I'm using the ADX603X condenser microphone on that as well too. And then finally, for my pedals, I'm using Tama Iron Cobra pedals. So anyway, that's my setup, and that's kind of a quick detail on what it is, and we'll show you some videos, and soon you'll have some live footage coming your way as well too. So many thanks for all you that have patiently waited for new video content, and I promise you I'm going to be pushing out a whole lot more starting now. So don't forget, there's a couple of 2 new videos on there for some classic rock songs that I played along with, and I got some more coming up. And then what's important too is for my beginner members of the page, I'm going to break down some songs, and I'm going to show you how I learn a song quickly, and especially if needed, like during a show or something, you're sitting in and you got to learn a song or a couple of songs real quick. I'm going to teach you my way of shorthand charting that you can write down real quick and just hopefully put someplace that you can see it, and then you can use that to help you guide you through the song. So if there are other hints or anything else that you would like for a future topic to come up, please post below. Let me know what you would like for me to talk about, show you, and if I'm able to do it, I'll be happy to do it. So again, thanks for waiting for these videos, and we'll see you on the next side. All right.